guys, Your Retirement Portfolio Part 7. Because now we're going to start doing some tactical application here, some strategic application, not just a theoretical in terms of what the studies and the professors and all that, all the pointy head guys say. Now we're going to start putting an optimization strategy for your retirement portfolio into play, which is fun. I love this stuff right here. This is where it gets exciting. All right, so welcome to Heritage Wealth Planning, the place you come to learn all about retirement planning from point A to point Z and everywhere in between. And my friends, I don't have all the answers, for heaven's sake. So by all means, if you got comments, suggestions, thoughts, put them down in comments. I can't tell you how much stuff I've learned from folks who've commented on top of clients I've had in the past. I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's a two-way street, man. Share your knowledge with me and certainly the other subscribers and the guys and ladies who watch the videos too. We can all learn stuff. So, all right, so here's my favorite strategy when it comes to retirement planning. Let me get my trusty pointer. All right, so we're going to say we have a 401k, an IRA, a 403b, or a TSP. What's the similarity between those accounts? They are all qualified accounts. The IRA is really not a qualified account per se. It's not a qualified retirement account, but they all are tax deferred until you are forced with required minimum distributions. The reason I want to use these types of accounts is a couple things. One, they usually have a stable value fund, or if it's a TSP, you'll have the G fund. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But number two, you can put money back and forth from account A to account B, account A, or investment A, I should say, to investment B, the G fund to the C fund to the S fund, back and forth without any short-term capital gains or long-term capital gains. There's no taxes to move money from one investment to the other, and that's a critical factor here. All right, so we're going to have two types of funds. We're going to have a fixed fund, which in the TSP with the B or G fund, or if it's a 401k, a stable value fund, or if it's a IRA, a USA flexible retirement annuity, or it could be if it's a non-USA, if you can't become a member of USA, you might find another firm that has a flexible retirement annuity or flexible annuity, simply where it can take further additional deposits with no more surrender charge. So real briefly, a USA. Once you've had that account open for 7 years, you can add money to it and take it out the very next day if you want without a surrender charge. In the beginning 7 years, to take money out is a surrender charge. So we don't want that. We want something that we can say, I'm going to add money to it in the future and be able to have unencumbered access to it without any further surrender charge. Does that make sense? Now, USA, I'm very familiar with the flexible retirement annuity, and I'm fond of it for sure. But again, I'm not sure what other firms have out there for annuities that once the initial surrender charge cycles behind it, you can make deposits, take further contributions, and take withdrawals from it without any surrender charge whatsoever. It's a big deal. Or even a CD that has a free withdrawal period. All right, so in this case, a 5-year CD with a 1 free withdrawal period. That's anything that you can have access to your cash without penalty. That's also guaranteed. So TSP is guaranteed. Stable value funds are guaranteed. USA Flexible Retirement Annuity is 100% guaranteed. CDs are guaranteed. There's no risk to loss other than the insurer at USAA is the FDIC. The stable value fund theoretically could lose in value, but I'm pretty comfortable enough to say this is what we're going to use. And the TSP is government bond funds. Can't lose. We're going to use a 1.5% minimum guarantee because that's what the USA is playing right now. Stable value funds probably a little bit more than that. I think the G fund's a little bit more than that. But either way, we're going to use 1.5% guaranteed minimum just to show you how this works. All right. So we got $100,000 and we got $50,000 in this side account here, and we got $50,000 in growth. And the growth will just, it could be anything. And I'll just use the Vanguard VAS. Well, I'm gonna use a total stock. We'll use VTSMX. The Vanguard Total Stock Index. That is not a recommendation. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's just saying to a broad stock-based account. That's all we're trying to do here. All right. So what happens after year one? This $50,000, because it's paying 1.5%, has grown 50,000 times 1.015% to 50,750. All right, so this goes to 50,750. And we'll just say this is up 10%. So now 50,000 plus 10% is $55,000. All right. So we got equals 100K here, and we got equal plus 55,000 here. 105.75. All All right, so you're with me so far, so let me get out of the way. So what we're doing here is we're saying after a year, the VTSMX was up 10%, and this was only up 1.5%. So between them, we got 105,750. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this gain, that account, and we're going to move it over here. All right, so now we're going to have 5,000 plus the amount that's already in there. So we're going to have 55,750. All right. And so now we're back down to 50,000 here. So we're going to take our gains and move the gains over to that account. Now, we still have the same 105,750. It's just we've reallocated, take our gains off the table and move it to our fixed account. So now we got 55,750 plus or times 1.015% is 56,586. So 56,586. Yeah. All right. Now let's say that grew another 10% just for simplicity. So we're back up to $55,000. So now we got 56,586 plus 55,000 gives us 111,586. Now what do you think we do next? We take that amount, we move it over here. So now we got 61,586, and we're back to $50,000. All right. So the total account value is 111,586. All right, now just do something here real quick. Get my trusty white thing. So we're going to get rid of this right here. Remove all that. We're going to just get rid of that guy. 11586. All right, so we got 11. Let's actually move that guy too. So I get my thing to work. 111,586. All right, so now, because of Obama or because of Trump or whoever you can't stand, they did something. We have a 20% decline in the market. So now that's worth $40,000. This, though, is still, on the other hand, 61586 times 1.015 is that 62,509. We'll just say 62,509. All right, so what does that equal? Plus $40,000. 102,509. So we're down minus 111,586. We lost $9,000 on 111,000. So 9,000 divided by 111. So we're down about 8%. So we lost about 8% because we still made a little bit of money here. And even though the stock market is down to what we had, we lost 20% in the stock market, we are still up relative to where we started, even though we did take a 20% hit. All right, let's just say now we got another, that was in 2007, we'll just say it's down another 10%. So now we're down to $36,000. And 62,509 plus or times 1.015 is 63,446. All right, so now we're back up to 36,000. We're at 99,444 or 446. So 2 consecutive years of 30% decline in the stock market. All right, so we got hammered. We are is basically back to where we were. Did we lose any money? No, and we'll just say that's $100,000. We didn't lose any money. Did we make any money? No. But what happened? Well, because we took the gains off the table, we're able to lock in those gains for future use. Now remember here, we got 63,000. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. 63,446. And we got 36,000 here. All right. So bear with me, my friends. This is going to be critical because this is going to be critically important. 99,446 of the total value. So roughly where we were. Not quite, but roughly. All right. So you say, man, I think the market's going to go back up. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to move minus 13,446, which is what I've made in this account essentially. That's my gains because I started with 50 and now I'm at 63,446. I'm going to move that over here. All right, so now we got 36,000 plus 13,446. So we got 49,446 on this guy. And here we got $50,000. Can you all see that? Yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah. Let me just draw that again. 49,446. Now, like typically happens, I don't know, but generally speaking, the market goes up. After a couple years of decline, the market goes up 20%. 49,446 times 2 is 59,335. 50,000 times 1.015. So what do we do now? Now we're at 110,085 because what we've done is we've taken that amount out and we put it here when the markets were down. Now you can do it after 1 year. So you might have said after 1 year it's only down 20%. It's down 20%. I'm going to take my gains from the fixed side and move it to the growth side, and you would have lost money because that did go down another 10%. I would still recommend probably doing that. A 20% decline in the market is not unique, it's not unusual, but it's still a pretty significant loss. That's considered a bear market for sure. If you would have waited a year and the market went down another 10%, you would have done better. If you would have waited a year, if you would have done it that year, waited a year in the interim, the market went back up, you've done worse. But either way, I mean, if you what happens is you take the gains off the table. So now we got 9,335 of gains. So we got 50,075 plus 9,335. We move that over here. 6,085. And this is back to 50,000 bucks. All right. So 6,085. This is back to $50,000 times that by 1.015. That's 60,986. And we'll just say the market this year is up 5%. 50,000 times 1.05, 52,500. All right, plus 60,000, 113,486. And then, of course, you just keep going back. The point of this is what makes this beautiful, is that a portion of your portfolio is 100% guaranteed not to lose money. And I've got a feeling it's going to pay you more than 1.5% as well. I have a sneaky suspicion. But I don't know. I'm just using that as a guaranteed minimum based on what USA flexible retirement annuities are. But what happened here is we rode a 30% decline in the market where everybody and their mom were jumping off the ship going, oh, I can't handle it anymore, blah, 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 blah. And we essentially didn't lose any money. We're down to like $500 after 2 years, a 20% decline and a 10% decline. We're down, like $500. But we had a good portion of our portfolio in the fixed account, which was guaranteeing us money. It wasn't making much, it was guaranteeing us some. So then when we felt it, that the market had bottomed out, we just repositioned whatever we had above the $50,000 on this side, we put it in the aggressive side to hopefully buy at the bottom. Now, are you going to be able to do this every time? No. You're going to miss some of the dips. I get all that. You're going to miss some of the ups. I get all that. But that's why you just do it once a year. The simplicity of this is so simple. Yeah, you're always going to miss some of the ups and some of the downs. You're never going to buy at the bottom. You're never going to buy right at the top. No one rings a bell, as a Steve Forbes used to say. Was Steve Forbes or a Louis Roykaiser or someone? Maybe it was Bogle actually. No one ever rings a bell and say, "Hey, we're at the market top, we're at the market bottom." The nice thing about this, though, is for a fact you have a strategy in which to deal with your retirement portfolio that should minimize, not eliminate, because we didn't eliminate losses. We minimize losses. Now, the reason I like these funds is because they're 100% guaranteed. If you do a mutual fund, and you know how much I love the Vanguard Ginnie Mae, but Ginnie Mae still loses money. Not much, but it had a couple down years. And so I can't say at the same thing, the Ginnie Mae will give you growth because we don't know. We don't know. It is a security, and a security does have fluctuations, which means there could be a year you lose money. And even though the Ginnie Mae is government bonds, it does have years that lose money. Not much, very, very infrequently, and the money it does lose is very minimal. That's not the case with TSBG fund. There's no losses there. Not the case with the Stable Value Fund, most likely. I mean, again, some would argue that, but I'm very comfortable saying that's a good place. It's not the case with USA Flexible Retirement Annuity, inherently can't. It's contractually obligated not to lose money. Not the case with CDs. CDs are 100%, unless they're brokered CDs. Brokered CDs are different. Brokered CDs are securities where you can buy and sell, and they can be up in value, they can be down in value. They will mature at your, with getting all your money back. I'm not talking brokered CDs. I'm talking just a good old-fashioned CD you get at the local bank, and they got you a free withdrawal period. And you just keep doing that, doing that, doing that. Now, the CD is a little bit more difficult simply because every time you put money into it, it's theoretically a new certificate, and you have to get it drawn up again. It's not that hard, but just be advised. The concept here makes sense. But at the end of the day, we got $113,000 in our portfolio. I can't remember how many years we did this for, but we simply were able to sidestep a significant decline in the stock market of 30%. And that's not too shabby, my friends. That gives you a lot of breathing room to say the market went crazy. It didn't bother me in the least. Why? Because I have a strategy in which to deal with it. Is there ways to make it more optimal? Sure. If you said, I'm going to buy one of them, I mean, I know what it is, but how much research and time and energy would it take, and how much better would you be? Minimal, if at all, and on top of that, the effort, I just want to drop an anvil on your head. Don't do that to yourself. Have a simple strategy. I got a portion of my portfolio in the fixed, I got a portion of my portfolio in the growth. Once a year, I'm going to see what has done better. And you can do it even like this. Say, if one thing has gone up, I'm taking the gains, put them over here. If one thing has gone down, I'm taking the gains and locking them. I mean, so essentially, because you have something that will always be up. The fixed account will always be up. You have something that may or may not be up, the growth account. If the growth account is down, pull the gains off your fixed account and drop to the growth account. If the growth account is up, pull the gains off your growth account and drop it in your fixed account. It's literally that simple. And simplicity in retirement is a beauty. It's a beautiful thing, my friends, to keep it simple, stupid. And this is what you want to do here on how to optimize your portfolio. Keep it simple, stupid. And I think that's pretty much it for this series on how to optimize your portfolio in retirement. We talked about the income annuity strategy. All right, so we talked about that. How to do your portfolio once you do an income annuity in terms of the remaining value of your portfolio. We talked about that. We talked about the USAA flexible retirement annuity and products similar to that where you can add money back and forth. We talked about that. We talked about optimization after you actually put a income annuity. We talked about that just last video. Again, what you should put in your portfolio relative to your risk tolerance. You don't want to be 50-50 investor if a portion of your portfolio went to an annuity. And now I'm giving you a strategy you can lay your hat on. I say it's simple, it works. It's not 100% optimized, but man, it's about as best as you're going to get. I'm telling you right now because I've seen it. Very, very few. And I got a, what's that, Betterment? I like Betterment, but I got a portfolio trigger thing. Just who cares? Don't do that. I mean, you can do it. I don't care. But if you want to manage it where you're not paying a fee, this is the way you do it. You start with $50,000 on each side. At the end of the day, one side's up to $5,500, 55,000. One side's down to 45,000. Move that 5,000 over and just keep doing it each and every year to lock in your gains and minimize your losses. I love it. So as always, you like what you see, subscribe. Comments, questions, concerns are always welcome. And don't forget to go to the blog at heritagewealthplanning.com. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks now.